friends over for drinks, for apéro. So that's drinks and just a few nibbles. So one of the things that I'm going to make is some cheese Gougères. They're a very French and local pastry cheesy puff, really. And you make them with choux pastry. So that's what I'm doing now. So I've got 115 grams of salted butter with 250 mils of just water, and I'm just bringing that to the boil in the pan. And then once I've done that, I need 140 grams of just plain flour, and I'm gonna stir that into here. So that's the next step. Okay, so that's boiling now. So just stir that in and stir the flour in. This kind of goes a bit like mashed potato, I suppose you could say. So you have to work quite quickly with this, because I'm now going to add eggs to it. But with anything that's hot that you're adding eggs to, you always need to be careful that you don't add it when it's too hot and then you end up scrambling the eggs. So they need to be added one at a time. So I've whisked up one of the eggs and I'm going to add that to it next. So just whisk your eggs one at a time and then add them to this mixture. It's still a little bit warm at the moment, so I'm just gonna just move that around a bit, cool that down. You can actually see the steam, oops, the steam coming off of it. Okay, so adding the first of the eggs. You could use an electric mixer if you wanted to at this stage. I kind of prefer to just use a wooden spoon. I think you get the feel of it a little bit more. So it's going to be 4 eggs in total. Okay, the last of the eggs is going in. So I've used salted butter, and I don't think I said, but there's a half a teaspoon of salt in there as well, but just to help bring the flavours out. It does go a bit sloppy, but it soon starts to incorporate. There we go. There, now that's quite a good consistency. Quite sticky looking. Right. Okay, so I need to add some grated cheese. Now I'm using Comté, which is the traditional cheese to use for this. You need about 115, 120 grams, something like that. So just a grated hard cheese. I mean, you could use cheddar, but if you can get Comté, then it is the traditional one to use. So I've put the oven on at 220 degrees C. Now you can use a piping bag for this. It does get a bit messy, I find. So actually, I'm just going to use a couple of teaspoons. So a tablespoon. Sorry, not a couple of teaspoons. I'm going to use a tablespoon. And I'm just literally going to have little mounds of the dough. You do need to have a little bit of space between them because they do rise up. Like I said, they are puffs. So I'm having a bit of a mixture tonight because it's French. It's a French couple that's coming round. So I'm doing the cheese Gougères and I'm also doing some sausage rolls. Try and keep them the same size. I don't think I've completely done that. So I think that'll do for that tray now, and I'm going to do another tray and put those in at the same time. So yeah. So 10 minutes at 220 and then reduce the temperature down to 180 for 15 minutes. So in total it's 25 minutes in the oven. So fingers crossed in 25 minutes we're going to have some cheesy Gougères. Golden, puffed up. They're probably a little bit bigger than they can be, or they should be, but there'll be a couple of bites as opposed to bite size. In the boulangeries, you can actually buy big ones. So you can take them on a picnic if you want to. I haven't tried those out yet, but that's something I might try in the future. So there you go, cheesy Gougères.